Alright guys, Doctor here again, and you just saw my new intro. I really hope you liked it, and you may have guessed I haven't done it myself. I'm not good at that stuff, of course. I do all my commentaries on iMovie, and I do own Adobe After Effects on my PC at home, but I really can't do anything with it. So the one who just done it for me is First Time Killer, and I have a link to his channel in the description. I'm really glad he did it for me, so you want to check him out. He does some awesome Battlefield stuff, and he deserves way more attention if you ask me. So make sure you take a look at his videos. I mean, it's up to you, but it's always a good thing to give other channels a try. And the other thing you might have realized is that this is not my gameplay. You see the name there is Anderson, and Anderson is a lovely Swedish person who has been a friend of mine since Bad Company 2 days. He's a really good player on any Battlefield I know so far. Well, I only know Bad Company 2 and Bad Company 3, and he also has a YouTube channel. On that he mostly makes montages. He doesn't commentate, but he has some funny stuff, and as I said, mostly montages. And if you like Battlefield and montages, you sure want to give him a try. I really love his content, so just check him out if you have some time. And after all this, I want to get on topic. And the main thing I want to talk about in this commentary is the choice of RPG that you want to use if you're playing Engineer, and what I personally think about the combinations you can choose. And the main thing I see people complain about on the Battlelog forums is of course the USAS and the FAMAS, but there's also a lot of threads that complain about the use of RPGs against infantry. And I'm just a lot of times I'm at the forums because I'm bored, and therefore I'm just trolling people, which is kind of a dick move, but I also get a point of what people complain about in these days. And a thing I see a lot is just that many people complain about the RPGs and the splash damage. And I think most of the threads don't have a good point, because of course RPGs are meant to be used against vehicles, and that's also what they should be used against in my opinion. But on the other side, if you have a sniper sitting behind like a wall or some, I don't know, any cover that you can't take out of your carbine, because the carbines, they're strong guns, but they aren't good at long range. And in those situations, I can totally understand if people use the RPG against long range targets. And it's just for the fact that the primary guns of the Engineer don't have too much firepower and long range. I mean, of course, you can sit there with a bipod and, I don't know, heavy barrel, and you'll have a good accuracy, but it's really not how I'll play the Engineer class. But I'll get back on the main game style you want to have, the Engineer class, and another commentary. And yeah. So as I said, it's really okay if you use your RPG against infantry targets, as long as you don't keep on spamming people. It's one thing I'm also really, I can rage hard about if I just see people spamming RPGs on Operation Metro and Grand Bazaar, and that's not the way they should be used. And I'm sure you agree there. I mean, probably you don't, but it's just not how they should be used, as I said. And I still see a lot of people do that, and I mean, I myself don't do it, and I hope none of my viewers do. So, but yeah, it's always up to you what you want to do. I'm just giving you my opinions here. But I guess that's basically all about the unguided RPGs. And the next thing is of course the Stinger and the Igla. And I think the Stinger and the Igla are a huge disappointment, because they just don't show me anything that I love about Battlefield. And what I love about Battlefield is that it usually takes skill and teamwork to win at this game and to be successful at this game. And especially if I remember the Bad Company 2 days, it was a lot of fun to take out enemy choppers with your AT4, and that actually took took skill. You know, it actually was hard to take at a chopper. And I mean, the Stingers aren't that strong in Battlefield 3. I have to admit that, but just the fact that they take no teamwork and no skill. I mean, it's just locking on, there's some beeping sound, and then you can shoot. It's just really frustrating to me. I don't know why DICE made that. Maybe to make the Call of Duty players happy that changed over to Battlefield. But in my opinion, as I said, it's just a huge disappointment. And Anderson also thinks so, I know for a fact. If you check out his channel, you will see a lot of montages, of older montages, where he just takes out helicopters and just everything with the AT4, because he was actually a beast at it. I have some great clips of it too on my other account, but he was just completely raping. And also for him, it's just a disappointment that there is no AT4 and there's only the Stinger that requires no skill to use. But yeah, I guess that's it mainly for this whole Stinger issue. And I'm really glad they don't have any more damage. I just want to say that, because if I get hit by a Stinger, I'm pissed enough, believe me. I mean, I play maps like Karg Island, and most of the time, sooner or later, half their team is just sitting somewhere with Stingers if I do well in the chopper, and I don't think it should be like that. I mean, it's just, as I said, it doesn't take skill, it doesn't take teamwork, and that's not Battlefield to me. But yeah, so to get on the next thing that I also want to quickly talk about is the whole combination of the Javelin and the Zoflam. And I see quite a few people use this combination on tanks with the CDV station or CITV station, I don't know what you're going to call it, and the guided missile. And I haven't tried it out so far myself, but I guess it's a pretty useful tool, especially on maps like Noshtar channels, because there's a lot of light armored air vehicles. But the Zoflam Javelin combination isn't used that much at all. And I find it really sad, because it's actually a good showcase of how teamwork can actually get you better at this game. And I think the main reason why people don't use the Zoflam at all is the fact that it just doesn't give you any points, basically. I mean, even if you Zoflam a whole game, and if a lot of people use Javelins, you will only get like 1,000 points or something like that. It's just not enough, I think. And I really think DICE needs to give us more points for using the Zoflam, and also give it a faster turning speed, because it's just so hard to lock on to fast flying helicopters. But yeah, they definitely need to work on the Zoflam, because it's one of the least used tool, and again, it just makes the recon class weaker than it already is. And it's kind of sad, but I guess DICE will realize that and do something about it. So I really hope for one of the next patches to fix that. But we shall see. And well, there's one more thing I just quickly want to ask you guys, because there's the two rocket launchers, the unguided ones, and I mean, of course, one is the regular RPG 7, but the American one, I used to call it the SMAV, but I really want to know how that thing is called. And if any of you knows how to pronounce that, if you call it SMAW or SMAW, I mean, I have no clue. You probably want to write me a comment in the comment section, because I really would like to know how you actually call that. And as always, I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. The game is winding down, as you can see. And also, it's fine with you if I commentate over a friend's gameplay. I guess you could definitely learn from Anderson, as he did a really good job in this game. You'll see in the score. So yeah, I guess that's been it. So just 21-0, great score. Thank you once more, Anderson, and thank you once more, First Time Killer, for the intro and the gameplay. And I'm out. See ya.